Hey, what's up guys, welcome to this amazing squad builder with me, boy FIFA 1 HD, where we're going to be building a team that is unbelievable and only costs 20k. Now it even features an informed card, it's got some great players in, so I hope you do enjoy the video, and if you do, please hammer the hell out that like button, hit the subscribe of course if you are new to the channel, and if you've got any suggestions for improving this team, maybe you'd have used someone different, or maybe you just want to ask a question about FIFA 18 in general, then ask away in the comments below, as I'll be happy to answer every single one of you, and I love reading what you guys have to say. So we're going to kick off in goal with Michel Vorm. Now obviously this is a cheap team and a lot of the money has gone on the one in form that we will be showing later on, but Vorm is a very solid goalkeeper. He's really reliable. He plays a lot better than the 79 rating would suggest. Obviously, being a non-rare card, he's not as popular, and he doesn't have the best stats in the world, but he's decent. Everything is pretty damn good. He made some really solid saves for me, and as you can see, he actually cost like 700 coins, which is barely anything. Really, really cheap. He's 6 for acrobatic save technique. For me, it was a very solid pick. Now at centre-back, we have got Ake. Then we have got Eredevisie. I have no idea how to pronounce his name, unfortunately. And then Saint Juste, I think is how you pronounce his name. But we'll start off with Nathan Ake. And for a Premiership player, he's really, really cheap. A good centre-back that has 76 pace, which is always a very, very good thing. He makes some cracking tackles. He's got decent defence and physicality. It's nothing to brag about, but it's good. And then he's got really good dribbling and passing for a defender. So when he does win the ball, he's very confident and comfortable on it to pass it into midfield and let the team go through an attack. As you can see, he only cost me 850 coins, which I think is really, really solid. I'll just show you the others now, and as you can see, 600 and 950. Ironically, the silver is more expensive than the other players in this team, and actually was one of the more expensive players in the whole team. But that is because he has 83 pace. 83 pace is ridiculous. Him and Nathan Ake are very, very quick. They recover well. And with the right chemistry card on him, I've put the Sentinel one to up his defence and physicality. That pace, that defending and physicality is really, really solid. And he is a top choice centre-back in this game. Really reliable, really overpowered. I would highly recommend using him. Eredevisie, I'm going to go with as his name, is also pretty decent. You know, he's got good pace, 70 pace is decent, it's not too bad. He's also quite confident on the ball, as you can see, 61 passing, 65 dribbling, means that he can use it when he does win it back. He's pretty decent in the air, he makes good interceptions, he's always in a very solid position when it comes to defending because he's got decent defending and physicality. Overall, the three of them do very, very well indeed, but they do get some good protection from the midfielders. Now, I'm going to take this off Netherlands and I'm going to go to the Eredivisie, as that is where pretty much most of the players are going to come from now. And we put El Ahmadi, who is definitely the one player in this team in the midfield who really does the bulk of the defending. He's always making good runs, always chipping in with tackles and interceptions, gets the team moving. He won't score too many goals, mainly because I do have him set to stay back while attacking, which just means that he's got great overall stats. He's a really solid central midfielder and definitely could be improved upon later on in the game. A lot of these players could be improved upon later on in the game because I'm sure a fair few of them will get their own inform cards, or there'll be other players within the league with the same nation that will get a better card that you could use. But overall, El Ahmadi is very, very good. Now, the next player, unfortunately, hasn't been position changed, just to keep the cost down. But he is a cam, and that is Tornstra. So Tornstra only cost 350 coins. And yet, for me, he was really, really good. I'll just show you El Ahmadi, who only cost me 500, so that you can keep a running total of how much this team costs. But Tornstra, for me, was really, really solid. 70 pace is decent for a central midfielder when you're using him in that sort of area. He's got good shooting, so when he does make runs going forward, he can definitely finish. As you will see in some of the clips that I'm showing you, he was really reliable at scoring goals. His passing is quite good. Obviously, I've put the powerhouse chemistry style on him just to up that a little bit more, as well as his defending, so he can help out the midfield and the defence and just really win the ball back from time to time, because he's got good physicality, he's got really nice passing and dribbling, helps the team move. Overall, a very solid central midfielder to use, and one that I really enjoyed. Now, at left mid, a very solid player. I'll just go ahead and put this back to active position. We have Lozano. Now, Lozano with 93 pace is ridiculously quick. Very skillful as well with his 81 dribbling. His passing and shooting are also quite good. He made some good runs for me, scored some good goals. He was a very reliable player to use. Really cheap. Only cost me 650 coins. For a very fast and really skillful player, I think that's good. I love that he's got 4-star weak foot and 4-star skills as well. High medium work rates means that he always gets forward, but it also will help back in defence, which when you don't have fullbacks is very important. At cam, we go with Ziyech. Very strong, this player at cam. Mainly because he's got such good passing, really solid dribbling as well. His pace is good at 76, his shooting is also quite decent. He's definitely the playmaker for this team. He's going to chip in with goals and a lot of assists. He really does play in those front two time and time again. He's confident on the ball. The passing is what attracted me to this card. As you can see, 650 coins for an 81 rated player with 86 passing is just ridiculous. And if we go into his attribute details, you see that passing column is all very strong. He's got some other good stats. His pace, his shooting are quite good, his stamina's okay, agility, etc. But that passing is why you'd have him, and that's why he makes a very solid cam. At right midfield now, we are going to take off the Eredivisie and we're going to go back to the Netherlands. And we're going to put Quincy Promes in, who you could use a better card. There's already a League SBC of this card, so you could use that one instead if you eventually want to upgrade this team. I'm sure there'll be a fair few players that you can do that with, and Promes is one of them. But his gold card is really solid, very fast, amazing shooting and very strong dribbling. Makes him a great winger to use, someone that can go past people with ease, that can cut inside and score goals, but can also link up and use the ball well himself. He only cost me 1,200, which for an 82 rated player with very strong stats, I think is really good. If you look at his attribute details, he is a very solid player, very quick, good finishing, good attack positioning. His crossing and vision are also quite decent. He's got immense dribbling, balance, agility are pretty damn good there as well. Overall, a very solid player to use, one that I really enjoyed. And while he is one of the more expensive players in the team, he is well worth going out and picking up. In reality, very cheap. Now we go back to the Eredivisie now, when I can find it. There we go. And we put in our two strikers, the first of which being Jorgensen, and the second of which being in form Locadia. Now we're going to start off by talking about Jorgensen. 77 pace isn't the most breathtaking on a striker, yes. But if you use the right chemistry card on him, I've used Hawk, you could use Hunter, that can be upped quite considerably, making him a very decent player to use. But the way this team plays is all about passing, little triangles. As you can see by all of the chemistry lines in this team, that is all the passing avenues you have pretty much all of the time. There are so many options when you have the ball with any one of these players to pass the ball to one of the teammates, and that means Jorgensen with his really solid attack positioning can get in behind, he can work himself a good chance just by clever runs. He doesn't have to be ridiculously quick, and when you've got people like Ziyech with 86 passing, you can always find this card. He is very strong as well. His hold up play is good, and when he does get the chance, he finishes with a plum. He is very cheap, cost me 650 coins, which I think are really good. He's also got 6'3" height, so he's very good for crosses. You can definitely swing some of those in. As you can see, shooting there, finishing at 79 is decent. Attack positioning decent, he's got shot power is quite good, heading accuracy and stamina and strength also very nice indeed. A really good cheap card that you can use in this team. I'm sure there'll be upgraded versions of him or other strikers you could put in instead along the way, but overall for a cheap card that is a very solid one. But the team is basically all around this guy. Inform Locadia, as you can see for me, cost me 10,750 coins, which is a bargain. He's got 4-star weak foot, which I love. The medium work rates are a little bit, you know, hit or miss. But with the right Hunter card on him, he is an absolute beast. As you can see for me, 14 goals in 7 games, 6 assists as well, because he's also got that physicality where he can hold the ball up, play in others. He's just a great card to use. We'll look at his attribute details now. His sprint speed is actually really good. He's only let down by his acceleration. So once he gets up to speed, he's actually pretty damn quick. His attack positioning, finishing, shot power there at 95 is absolutely insane. Long shots at 86. Overall, a great card to use with some amazing strength. He is definitely what the team is based around, and this team is a really good, solid, cheap team. If you want a good fitness team, a good team to use in squad battles just for the easier games, this is a really top choice to use. It can definitely be improved on, like I said, but overall it is a really solid option. Now we're going to have a look at the player instructions, and as you can see on Locadia, he's the main source of goals. So we want him to be in the centre of the pitch, we want him to get in behind. Jorgensen, we have nothing on. Let him do his thing, let him hold the ball up, bring others into play. Ziyech, we just have stay forward, and on El Atmadi, we have stay back while attacking. And that is it in terms of player instructions. I will just show you the custom tactics. Speed is at 40. We want a slow build-up play, use those passing lanes, passing high there at 70. Chance creation again, passing really high at 80. Crossing at 40 because the guys have got a lot to do, being wingers with no fullbacks. So we're not going for tons of crosses. They stay pretty wide because the formation is quite wide anyway. Shooting there at 70 is really good. That's what we want to be taking advantage of. Positioning again, organised, pressure at 40, aggression at 60, really hard in the tackles, closing people down, team width at 40 and defensive line of cover. So that was the team, guys. It is basically all about Inform Locadia. It's a great team to use, and for only 20k, it is an absolute bargain. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe, and peace.